All right, it is Jen again, and welcome to part two of the 50K cash flow framework. So I really hope you enjoyed the first video. And the first video was very tactical, very step by step, very showing you the logistical parts of the framework in order to really create this consistent income in your business. And the reality is, like, that is really enticing to a lot of people. I know that for myself personally, it is like when you can actually see the vision and you can see it on paper, like how this is possible for you, it creates a little bit more evidence. It creates a little bit more of a belief within you that, like, yes, this is possible. And no, it actually isn't that difficult, right? So the question would be then, why isn't everybody doing it? If it's this easy, if it's this simple, why isn't everyone succeeding at creating the multiple five figures per month in their business, or up to the six figures per month in their business? If it was that easy, everyone would do it. If it was that easy, we'd all be rich. And the one missing part in that framework, which is why I came on to do a second part, is that you've got to have a mindset for millions. So the tactical is just one piece. And dare I say, it is a small piece. Yes, it is important to have our strategies in place. Yes, it is important to have a structure and a framework and to know how we're presenting in front of our clients. Yes, it's important to have the messaging down and correct, to know about our pricing and things like that. But none of it is going to ever work without the correct mindset, without really nailing the internal work, nailing the belief that you need to have in yourself in order to be the type of entrepreneur who puts something like this in place, in order to be the type of entrepreneur who invests in her business, who hires a team, who maybe does Facebook advertising, who goes to that next level, even when it feels scary, even when it feels like a big risk. This is the part that's missing for most people, is that we see the vision, we see the thing, we're like, yes, this looks amazing. You've probably watched multiple webinars that taught you different frameworks and different step-by-step processes. You've probably tried hundreds and hundreds of different things, downloaded hundreds of PDFs. And for some reason, it's like, I've gotten to this certain point, but how can I go to the next level? How can I get to that next part that I know is possible for me? And so that's what I want to talk about in this part two. So the 50K cash flow formula, which I talked about in the very first video, has been responsible for me having over 60 consecutive five-figure months in my business, sometimes up to six figures. And I really do believe that that system works, but it's got to work for you, and you have to work, meaning the internal, your heart, your soul, your belief, your mindset, your thoughts, your stories have to also be in alignment in order for this to work. And once you're able to do that, you can see how this inner work that a lot of people talk about, the mindset, the journaling, the manifesting, all of that stuff, you can see how this can actually lead to more cash flow, more impact, calling in elite clients, magnetizing opportunities to you. It's all connected. It's all together. It's not just one piece of the puzzle. So I'm the type of coach who doesn't go all one way or all the other way. There's coaches out there who are very woo, right? Very woo, and they're going totally on the inner work and manifesting and energy. And yes, I believe that is a huge, huge, huge part, which we're actually going to dive into in a little bit. And then there's coaches who do all the strategy, right? It's very structured, very step by step, very this is how you do it. But again, if it was that simple, why isn't everybody successful? So I am the type of coach who marries these two things because they're both equally as important. They both matter. And when those two things come together and you're able to master them both, that's when the magic happens. It doesn't happen with just strategy, and it doesn't happen by just thinking your way or manifesting your way into money. So there's an actual dance, right? Like there's like harmony, there is like a way that all of these things work together. your energy, your mindset, your leadership, your marketing. They all have to work together for you, which is why when I work with my clients, it's very customizable. It's very personalized because each person is different. Each one of you has a unique strength. Each one of you has a different way of doing things, a different way of coming across, a different way of showing up. Your personalities are different. So there is no one size fits all. There is no, I'm going to put you in this box and you have to go through 8 modules and they're all, exactly what you should do, because it never works that way. Because there's the internal stuff. There's our subconscious beliefs. There are the things that we have been taught since we were children. There's different circumstances that we've gone through in our life. There's trauma. There's healing that we're doing. There's, things that are going on in our personal lives, in our relationships, with our children, that also affect how we show up, that also affect our ability to put these step-by-step processes in place. And that's really where I come in. I mean, that's where I'm able to get for my clients major, major results by unpacking all of these things and then marrying the strategy with the right mindset to create the magic, to create those multiple 5-figure months, to create multiple 6 figures in your business a year. I have had clients who have gone on to make millions. So honored to be able to help them overcome these mindset blocks and playing small in order to create an amazing life and business on their terms. So I want to talk about first the 3 things that I believe that you need to have in place and that you really need to dial in when it comes to the internal work in order for the step-by-step strategy to work for you. Then I'm going to talk about the 6 leadership codes that I feel you need to master in order to create limitless wealth for yourself. Ongoing, like money's just like flying at you. People are just magnetized towards you. They're just so attracted to you. They don't even know why. They're just like in your inbox and they're like, give me whatever you have. What do you have for sale? How can I work with you? Here's my credit card. So the first 3 things that I feel like you need to have is, number 1, it's self-belief. So you need to believe, and not just on some level and not just a little bit, but you actually need to believe that you have something worthy and of value that people are going to pay you for. You have to have this belief that you're able to do this. So if I were to give you, which I actually did in that first video, the actual process, I even gave you samples of pricing that you could use. You could go try to implement this on your own. But if you get stuck in this belief of like, this works for everybody else, but not me, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how we would charge those prices. There's so much in our belief system that can stop us dead in our tracks, even if we had the roadmap, even if we knew exactly the steps to do. So self-belief is number 1, really getting behind your products, your offers, yourself, and how you're showing up online and what you're able to do for people. The second thing is clarity. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs, especially coaches, falter. This is where things get a little muddy because we're broad stroking when it comes to how we can help people. And it's like, okay, I help people live their best life. I help people make more money. I help people live life on their own terms. I help people be happy and joyful. What does that even mean? It means different to every single person. So having clarity on exactly what you do and how it helps someone is going to be key in being able to implement these processes and having it work for you. You can't be general. You can't be just saying what everybody else says, especially nowadays with social media. Everything's moving so fast. It's like you're going to get scrolled right by if you're just saying what everybody else is saying. You've got to stand out. You have to have clarity in your offer. You have to know exactly who your ideal client is. You have to know exactly how you can help them. You have to know exactly what the result is of them working with you. Like if someone handed you money right now and said, I'm going to pay you $5,000 to work with you, you have to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can help this person and this is how. and these are the results they're going to walk away with. So if you don't know that in your business yet, I would highly encourage you to dig deep into that, of like, why would somebody pay you large amounts of money? What is the result that you bring to the table? What are they getting in exchange for that money? A lot of people get really, really, really stuck here. So clarity, but not only clarity, but specificity. Like, this is the type of person that I work with. She's this, he's that. This is what they're looking for. This is what's going on in their lives. You have to know all these things. And then the third one is your confidence and your certainty. So where I feel like self-belief is more of an internal thing, and really owning it and claiming it and knowing that you can help people, confidence and certainty are what's going to hit it out of the park. When you come across online, in a video, in a live stream, in a post, on Instagram, in a story, you've got to be so certain in your results. You have to be so confident in what you're saying that other people believe it too. Because when you have a little bit of doubt, when you have fear, when ego gets in the way and says, oh, people are going to think this is stupid, or people aren't going to like this, or whatever you're telling yourself, that's going to come through. So with the self-belief is really presenting yourself with confidence and certainty, because I'm telling you right now, people buy confidence and certainty. People won't buy from you if you feel doubtful, if you're unsure, if you can't tell them with clarity what they're actually going to get when they work with you. So this is kind of like, this stuff comes from digging deep. It also comes from taking action, right? So I know I said I'm talking more about the internal stuff, but this is also energetics, right? Being able to lead so that other people can follow you, so that other people can walk with you. So you've got to get this down first, and your people, you're going to give them permission. They're going to want to walk in your footsteps. They're going to want to do these things with you versus somebody else. And it starts with these three things. Now, I want to talk about the 6 leadership codes, which when mastered can create wealth beyond belief. Like, wealth always, right? No matter what you do in your business, even if you transition out of this business and do something else, if you anything, knowing these 6 things, mastering these 6 things, I should say, because it's easy to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you what they are in a second, but being able to master them, it's what's really going to take you over that threshold. It's really going to create that breakthrough in your business with your clients. People are going to see a massive, massive change in you and how you show up, and will be attracted to you once you master these 6 things. So number 1 is identity. This is who you are. Like, on a deep core level, who do you believe you are? Do you believe that you're the type of woman who has a multiple 6-figure business? Do you believe that you're the type of woman who is going to have an international multi 7-figure business? Or do you have an employee mindset? Do you feel like you're always going to be struggling? Do you feel like you're always going to be chasing your tail? Who do you deep down believe you are? And so on the surface, we can totally say like, oh no, I totally believe in myself, and I know that this is going to happen. But on a deep level, what do you actually believe about yourself and your identity and who you actually are? The second one is mindset. Huge. This is your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your stories, your patterns, the things that have been brought to you since you were a child, a baby, right? A lot of the beliefs that we have are generational. And if you really think about it, they don't make any sense, especially a lot of the things about money, because they're coming from generations that didn't have the opportunities that we have now. They didn't have the internet. You couldn't work remotely from home and sit in front of your computer and make thousands of dollars. You just couldn't do that. So, adopting beliefs that are generational, that have come not just from your parents, but their grandparents and their grandparents, about money, about wealth, about debt, it just doesn't make any sense. So mindset is definitely something that you have to get behind. And it's a daily practice. It's a journey. It is not like, oh, whoop, fix my mindset, I'm good. It's a constant. It's something that you're always going to have to work on. Number 3 is your energy. So this is what attracts people to you. Okay. So if I came on here and I was like, so guys, I really hope that you enjoy this video. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by something. Like if I came on this video like that, like you would have turned it off immediately, right? So our energy, how we present ourselves online, how we interact with other people, it is so powerful. And I have yet to discover how, but I am convinced that the energy that you even create a post with, write a newsletter with, show up on a live stream with, the waves, the energy waves, like literally travel to the people on the other side. And I'm sure you may have noticed this before, like maybe you created a post, or you maybe felt like you had to post something, or your coach told you you should, and you really didn't want to, or you really couldn't get behind it, but you're like, man, I just got to do it. And you do it, and guess what? Crickets. Same thing for the live streams. Maybe you're like, oh, I said I would go live, so I got to go live, but your energy sucks. And so guess what? No views, no comments, nobody on there. And you basically, I mean, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So your energy matters. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about your business, how you feel about your day-to-day, what you're doing, how you're coming across. This is what's magnetizing to people. We're actually talking about magnetism in a second. But this is what people feel. They actually feel it. And again, I'm sure that you've seen examples of people who maybe you're scrolling and you just scroll right by them, and you're just like they're basically invisible to you. And then there's this one person and you're just like, what is this person saying? What is this woman saying? I really am digging this. I like her energy. I want to be around it. So energy is so important. The 4th thing is your embodiment. So for me, embodiment really is about your integrity and your authenticity. So it's about walking the talk. It's about doing the things that you say you're going to. It is about being the person online that you are offline. It is about when you ask your clients to do things, or you want potential clients to invest, that you're also that type of person, right? Really embodying your work and the things that you do, and having 100% integrity and alignment across the board in everything that you do. This is, again, I mean, they're all super crucial, but this one is where I see a lot of people mess up, because they are presenting one way or asking people to do something, but they're unwilling to do it themselves. Or they're doing stuff that they really don't want to do. They may be selling an offer that they think is going to make them money, or talking about certain things because they think that's what people want, but it's not what they want. It's not what they want in their heart, and they're so out of alignment, and it doesn't feel good, and it feels really hard, and they're pushing and they're pushing, and it's not happening. And it's not happening because they are not embodying who they really want to be and how they really want to, show up in this world. The 5th one is your attraction. So this kind of goes along with the energy, but I feel like this is a little bit more tactical in the way of there's got to be connection points with your audience. So people want to know that they can relate to you. People want to like you. People want to know that you're going to understand their problems. This is where stories come in. This is where your personality comes in. This is where you really want to display, like, this is who I am, and it may be quirky and it might be weird, and some people might not like that I talk with my hands, but this is just who I am. And that is what's really going to draw in your people. There's so much happening online. The barrier to entry to become a coach or an online entrepreneur is so low that we've got to break through the noise. We've got to stand out. And the way we're going to stand out to our people is by being ourselves and by being true to that. What is that thing that is going to make people attracted to you? What is that thing that you have that people are just like, yes, I want that. I can totally relate to this person. I really, really like this person. What is that thing? You've got to discover what that thing is so that you can start to use it in your marketing, so that you can start to use it in your promotions and your sales, in your live streams, when you're making these offers, when you're putting that cash flow framework together. Yes, you're going to have the boom, boom, boom. This is how it is. But what's going to make somebody attracted to your offer and attracted to you? So that's the fifth leadership code. And the final one is strategy. So we talked a lot about strategy in the first video, a lot of the tactical. Like I said, it's important. I'm not discounting it. Obviously, it is super, super important, but it will not work without all of the other things that I just mentioned, without your energy being in a way that people just want more, without knowing what your connection points and what's going to make somebody magnetized and attracted to you, without really dialing in and holding on to that identity of the person, that next level person that you want to be. It won't work if your mindset's messed up. If you've got funky energy, it's not going to work. So the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is one sneaky subconscious program that is keeping you from multiple six figures or even seven figures in your business. So if you have been successful, right, you can, see some successes that you've had, but you're just like, damn, I know I can do so much more. That was me about, I want to say it's 5 years now. And I was doing okay as a coach. I mean, it was nothing to sneeze at. It was nothing to be ashamed of. I was making, in my first profitable year, I was making about $4,500 to $6,000 was like my base. That was pretty much what I was bringing in every single month. But it didn't really allow me to live the life that I wanted to live. I was able to pay my bills. I was able to do the things, but it didn't allow me to get to that next level. And I kept seeing women and other people out there who were just doing it. And, instead of getting jealous and instead of getting envious and instead of comparing myself, I was like, man, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I just knew that I was meant for so much more. I knew that I can make way more than $4,500 a month or $6,000 a month or even $10,000 a month. I just knew it. I knew it in my bones. I just knew it. And so I had to find the things that I was going to be available for. I had to do the scary things. I had to take the risks. I had to be that person who was making multiple 5 figures in their business, who was making multiple 6 figures a year, who was on the path to millions. I had to become her. So back to the one subconscious belief that could be keeping you stuck, it is just enough. And also dreaming and having goals that are just too small. You will never align to goals that are too small. I'm telling you this right now. So if you've had a goal that you've been just kind of lingering and it's just a little bit further than what you've been doing and you just haven't been able to hit it, it's because your goal is too small. You're aiming too small. Your dreams are too small. So it's out of alignment for you, which is why it keeps missing the mark. A lot of people feel like if I don't hit that goal, it must mean I have to retract and, make my goals smaller. You will never align to small goals. And the other part of that is being okay with just enough. So many people are just okay with enough. And enough, just enough, is never enough. I can tell you this right now. So let's just say, for example, you want to make 5K per month. But you know that 5K per month is it's just going to cover the bills. Like it's just going to give you enough to make it, to survive. So why not go for 10? Right? We could even do this like maybe you're going for 10, but you know that 10 is just not going to be enough to invest in your business, to grow your business, to do the things that you want to do, to take off when you want to take off. Don't go for 10. Go for 20. I would rather see you go for 20 and miss the mark than go for your bare minimum and miss the mark. Because if you go for your bare minimum and you miss the mark, you're in trouble. But if you go for a higher goal and you slightly miss, like maybe you go for 20 and it's like, I only did 15 this month. Or I only did 18 this month. Are you going to be sad? I don't think so. So just enough will kill your business, will kill your money mindset. And just dreaming of goals that are just too small will also do the same. So this is your mindset for millions. I know it's hard to pack this into just one training session, but I wanted to just really hit on all of the different points and how you will actually make that 50K framework work. It's with all of this behind the scenes stuff, all of this internal stuff. But again, we're all different. We all have different things, different stories, different money mentalities, different things that are happening in our life, which is why having somebody that can work with you through that, really personalized, really customized, really understanding, really calling you out on your shit, that's what's needed to go to the next level. I mean, I've had a coach since I started. It took me actually a year and a half to hire my first coach, and I really wish that I would have done it sooner because I struggled. And then as soon as I started working with my coach, I went from, making that 4,500 to 6,000 to immediately doubling my business. Why? Because I became that woman, because I stepped into a different identity. And then as soon as I doubled that, I literally like 5x'd it the next month. I went from 4,500 to 6,000 to 12 to like 50K the next month. And this can happen if you're able to work through all these things, if you're able to master these things, if you're really able to grasp these concepts. But it's not usually something that you can do on your own. So with that, and with the 50K cash formula that you watched, the part 1, I would love to help you implement this system in your business, but not only implement the system in your business and give you clarity on who your offer is for, how to price it, how to market it, how to do the messaging, how to create your offer that's irresistible. I also want to help you work through the bullshit. I also want to help you work through those blocks that are keeping you stuck, that are keeping you at the low months. I want to help you break through to those multiple 5-figure months, 6-figure months, maybe even. And if you want my help in doing that, I would love to have a conversation to see if this is something that we can work on together. So all I need you to do is to click the link below, and that will take you to just a short application. I just want to see if this is even something that I can help you with. It's not a fit for everyone, but if you feel like this is exactly what I need, this is the different choice that I need to make in my business, because whatever I'm doing right now, I can't just keep doing more of that and expect something different. It's not going to work. It hasn't worked. If you look, you're going to see, yeah, it actually, like the mindset around like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing until I can manifest coaching or until I can manifest an investment. It's bonkers, right? Because what you're doing isn't working. So if you want to make a change, if you want to do something different, if you want to implement a proven system into your business that you know is going to finally take you off that feast and famine roller coaster, and you know that you also need that internal guidance, like you need that help to really overcome, like, what are those blocks? Are they visibility blocks? Are they money blocks? Or is it something that happened in your past? Is it something that's happening in your present? Is there something out of alignment? Are you out of integrity somewhere? If you know that all of these pieces together is what's going to cause the magic to happen, then fill out that application. I would love to see if I can help you and if we can work together to get you to those multiple 5-figure months. Bye.